Over 2,000 years ago, the message from the angels to the shepherds still remains true today. Fear not, fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be for all people. For unto you is born this day, in the city of David, a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. Fear not. The Room to Room family wishes you a very Merry Christmas and a joyful and peaceful Happy New Year.
When choosing a dentist for our family, Tupelo Smiles was the answer for us. They greet us with warm smiles right when we walk in the door, and they make us feel so welcome. We love Tupelo Smiles.
We're saying Merry Christmas.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Well, good morning and Merry Christmas from all of us here in the La Pond family on this Christmas morning. Hopefully you're having a good day. You got the thumbs up there, Leo? You have a microphone on. You could say something. You want to say? Merry.
Hello, Merry Christmas, people.
You could say it normally, silly. So hopefully all are having a happy and Merry Christmas with your family. Not going to say anything, Penny?
Get back over here.
Hey, Leo, bring the microphone back, everything. Hopefully everybody's doing all right. You know, the microphone will pick you up if you're next to it as well. The La Pond kids have opened their Christmas presents, so they are locked and loaded and ready to go.
In.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have a good Christmas so far? Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Unto us a child is born, anything like that? Okay.
No.
Okay, I'll take that off for you. Okay, but Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. They are focused and ready to go. Hopefully all are having a fantastic day with you and your family. I'm your Christmas meteorologist. You've had Gabe and Maggie all week long. We've given them the day off to enjoy with their families as well, and appreciate all of you all for supporting us here on Mississippi Live Weather throughout this year. That certainly has been an incredible gift to all of us. I'll see if I can pull up kind of the chat behind the screen, behind the scenes here, and we'll see if we can kind of see that and say hi to y'all as we go throughout this broadcast as well. But let's actually get into a little bit related to the overall weather here. And I know a lot of folks are excited for the warmth that we've had today. Certainly it's been kind of a foggy start to this Christmas, and hopefully you've enjoyed it nonetheless. Near record warmth for now is one of the big stories over the course of the next couple of days here. But we do have, I think, a substantial drop in temperatures ahead, a really big one. We'll look at just how substantial that is coming up here in a couple of minutes. But your forecast for the first 12 here, again, 70 at 11 a.m. By 2 p.m., 76 tells you we're near, again, record high territory for today, where we're forecasting those, projecting those temperatures to be 72 at 5 p.m., 65 by 8, and 62 as we head later on into tonight. But that temperature as of this instant coming in 61. I mean, come on, normal this time of year should be in the 50s. So we're certainly running way above that dew point high. Again, it's that moisture out there, that high humidity, that combination, part of the reason why, again, we do have that fog and stickiness and overall general sort of yuckiness. I don't know if it's yucky, but certainly the humidity is there and is very substantial. Outside coming in with Smithville this, I guess, morning here. Looking out, Merry Christmas to you in the Smithville area as we continue to be, again, mostly cloudy skies, and those temperatures coming in around 60, light southerly winds, and that cloud cover is pretty thick there. Pontotoc, though, showing that we do have some patches of clearer skies out there, coming in 64 degrees at this instant. Feels like 64. Again, no wind chill out there, despite the fact we had the wind just because of how mild those temperatures are. We're cloudy in Caledonia down there in Lowndes County. Good evening or good morning to you in Lowndes County as we come in with the sort of west wind at 7 miles per hour, and those clouds still pretty thick there. And then Tupelo, a little combination of both, a little bit of clear, a little bit of not clear. 64 the temperature, and again, appreciate Mitchell Cunningham Bowling for sponsoring our Tupelo Tower Cam here on those kind of southerly winds right around 5 miles per hour or so. Temperatures around 70 in Oxford, one of our warmer locations across North Mississippi at this time. 64 in Macon, about 65 degrees in Kosciuszko. Again, pretty mild, all things considered, for where we would typically expect to be as far as Christmas is concerned. Mississippi Live Weather Radar showing up with dry conditions here across the region, and again, mostly clear. I'm going to see if I can put on the visible satellite perspective here. It doesn't always show up perfectly well on this, but you can see on this visible zoom how you definitely see those patches of clearing starting to show up a little bit more out there toward Pontotoc County. Here, I'm going to see if we stop on the latest here for a moment. There's that clearing from Pontotoc, halfway through Lee County there, kind of showing up in the clear zone, and then patches back toward Eupora. So where the clouds are still there, largely the fog has lifted, but it's going to take us a little while before we fully get the clouds to kind of thin on out here. Looking at Futurecast, certainly that is going to show, again, mostly dry conditions. The green you see there, kind of sort of the drizzle associated with these clouds. We do show up again with a mostly, what are really honestly mostly cloudy skies throughout the remainder of today and into tonight. As far as meaningful rainfall goes, we show maybe just a few little sprinkles out there during the overnight hours, but not a whole lot there. So forecast over the next 24 hours, obviously, really that's most of the way through today, showing those temperatures, 76 degrees, that high temperature on what will be, again, these kind of cloudy conditions, hopefully going partly cloudy as we look toward tomorrow as well. Southwest winds as we keep it warm for that day after Christmas. And we're looking in more detail at, again, where Futurecast is placing a little bit of sprinkle activity, but really a big drop in temperatures. Coming up in 60 seconds, that's what we're looking at in more detail here on Mississippi Live Weather. Appreciate you for tuning in with us, kind of a late morning newscast here. I think we'll probably have an early evening newscast, only those two today, as we've given Maggie, Gabe, Caleb all the day off, and so I'm doing a little bit of an abbreviated broadcast schedule. Appreciate everyone who tuning in here. Merry Christmas to everybody who's checking in with us, and appreciate you for supporting us here on Mississippi Live Weather. More in 60 seconds. And I do want to point out again, we have a lot of folks that have made these broadcasts possible, our sponsors. Let them know that, of course, you see their advertisements here on Mississippi Live Weather. Certainly it is a Christmas gift to us to keep this something that hopefully is sustainable and that we can do in the future here, whether broadcasting live from Kansas and my family's home this morning. And so just let those sponsors know that you watch us here, and we appreciate them. We'll be back in 60 seconds here with more Mississippi Live Weather right after this.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
Hey, I'm Chris Murphy at Murphy Brothers. Let me tell you, it's December 2025. It's cold outside, but the deals are hot. 2026, got to get in here to get this new Roxor. Come check them out.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's Mississippi's Chief Meteorologist, Matt Lovhawn.
Well, Merry Christmas, Jessica and Mitzi and Debbie. Some folks over in St. Louis also saying hi to us this morning here on this Christmas morning. Hopefully you and your family have had a spectacular, wonderful, and safe Christmas to this point. Appreciate Room to Room for sponsoring us here in our mobile Room to Room Weather Center, and all the folks here for sponsoring us on Mississippi Live Weather. You saw Murphy Brothers there in the commercial break, as well as the folks with Eat With Us, the big sponsors here on Mississippi Live Weather, partnering with us going into 2026. And we're just so glad to have them a part of what we're doing here and have you a part of what we're talking about this morning, and appreciate you for bringing us into your homes every day, but obviously on this Christmas holiday as well. Temperature at this time coming in 61 degrees. Mentioned that a minute ago. The humidity is high. Chris Murphy of Murphy Brothers talking. You can tell we recorded that a little earlier this month with the cold. That has not been the case. But before we get to the new year, we do have a pretty substantial drop in temperatures that will get us a lot colder, where those wind chills are what you typically would expect out of December. More of that weather eventually on the way. But today we're borderline record on the warmth. Record on the books is 78, set back in 1955. Not impossible with enough sunshine that we end up breaking that record for today. 61 the high so far, but that expected to go up substantially more over the course of the next couple hours. Also appreciate Cyber Shield Technology Solutions sponsoring our travel forecast here. Airport delays, as you can see, back toward the west coast of the United States, about the only spot there where we do have any issues potentially with some airport delays back there. I mean, a lot of issues back that direction. One of the folks partnering with us, Mississippi Live Weather, folks at Weather NorCal, Mike Kruger out that direction does a good job forecasting as part of the National Weather Network. They've had, obviously, with all the moisture there, a lot of issues and flooding and wind issues, 70+ mile per hour winds out that direction. That's the only spot really in the country with any sort of issues. Bring back here to Mississippi, no issues as far as airport delays are concerned here across the southeast. So travel, if you happen to have to travel, or part of that air travel on this Christmas holiday, no real issues there. Mabin, we did have some visibility issues. We weren't able to see this bank of trees even just a little bit ago, but that visibility now has increased. Appreciate the good folks at 4 County Electric for allowing the North Mississippi Storm Chasers to put their cameras on their towers there. Mabin coming in 66, and that visibility certainly is increasing there. Aberdeen, clouds, 66 temperature at that spot as well. Humidity a little bit lower, southeast winds, but we are coming in dry. Mississippi Live Weather Radar is in the clear. We'll have a new sponsor on Mississippi Live Weather Radar coming up with the new year. Can't wait to unveil that here pretty soon. Big partnership. Hopefully going to be something that we have with those folks for a long time going forward. But those latest scans on Mississippi Live Weather Radar not showing any sort of precipitation out there. As we go on to our color satellite perspective here on a much wider shot, does show again lots of clouds across this part of the country. We do show more active weather for locations back out there onto the plains. Hey, let's go much wider shot. It didn't show the really wide shot. There's that big storm system back along the west coast. You can see there the big swirl back that direction. I'll go ahead and see if we can put on our surface analysis, as we would call it there. I don't think that'll actually let me put that all the way on there. But a big storm system back out that direction, kind of swirling around, is what's eventually heading toward us and going to bring us kind of a change in the weather forecast with that. But all the real active weather still back out on the plains. So here's a look at Futurecast and temperatures at this time, coming in around 61 degrees in Tupelo for that temperature. We're 70 in Oxford, one of the warmer spots, 64 Tunica, South Haven, 66 there in Clarksdale. Over the course of the next few hours here, Futurecast keeping us mostly cloudy. Look at those temperatures, though. We go 76 for that temperature by around 3:30 p.m. Record on the books for today, as you saw a moment ago, coming in about 78. I don't know that we quite get to that threshold. We're awfully close, within a couple of degrees of record, to get enough sunshine, maybe more sunshine than what's indicated on that map there. I think we could possibly break that record high temperature for today, but really be kind of pushing it. With low 70s on the way, as you can see, by 5 p.m. under, again, mostly cloudy skies, but for most of us, we are dry. 68 by 6 o'clock. So high temperatures today. So again, record 78. We're close to that. We're going 79 there for maybe the peak temperature. Tupelo, Amory, 77 for Grenada, 75 for Greenville there. Greenwood coming in 77. So not inconceivable that we make it all the way up to a record high, but I think might be pushing it just a little bit. And then mostly cloudy skies continue there into tonight with maybe just the sprinklest of sprinkle out there. Is that a way that's that actual term, sprinklest of sprinkles? Anyway, no one's going to check me on that. Kids got computers this year. We'll find out whether or not that was a bad idea, but they are locked in at this moment on that. 59, huh? Not completely locked in. She's at least passively listening. Some drizzle out there to go along with this. Again, thick cloud cover, thick fog we'll have again for early tomorrow morning. 57, that low temperature in Amory, going 58 degrees in Tupelo, as well as Water Valley and Bruce for lows on your Friday morning. Again, way above our normal for this time of the year for the day after Christmas. Low 60s out there, Greenville and for Cleveland. Wind chill temperatures, just had to show it. No wind chill temperature when you are this mild. So we do still continue to show maybe a couple of little sprinkles out there for your Friday morning, but more than anything, this just shows there's a lot of moisture, a lot of humidity, a lot of stickiness. Southwest winds breezy enough as we continue to kind of keep the warmth around. We're 76 degrees for the afternoon temperature for tomorrow on the average, though some spots, again, a little bit above that. with mostly dry conditions up to 77, Tupelo, Amory, and Houston, 78 degrees in Greenwood, 74 there in Corinth, and 77 in Tunica for highs on your Friday. And then we try to clear things out a little bit more by Friday evening. I think, again, our HRRR model, which we kind of changed it over that perspective on this here, still showing what is primarily going to be, again, fairly widespread, thick cloud cover for early Saturday morning. Similar perspective, kind of a very mild, unseasonably warm beginning to the day there. 75 by midday and practically 80 degrees for high temperatures on Saturday. So again, I don't know if I'd say excessively warm, but extremely warm for this time of the year with mostly dry conditions. 77 the high temperature on your Saturday in Tupelo, 79 Belzona, 78 in Greenville. So again, Christmas, day after Christmas, Saturday, all extremely warm, but we do have a front that's moving in as we go into this weekend, and that the latter part of the weekend will bring a pretty significant drop in temperatures by the first of next week. Go back on this. Let's show Sunday's highs for a moment. Again, mid-70s again around. So if you haven't enjoyed the warmth or the stickiness or the fog that we've kind of been stuck with, that's clearly here the next couple of days. But I kind of already alluded to this here. Looking at those wind chill temperatures for early Monday morning, here is a front moving in late Sunday. You could start to see that adjustment for early Monday. Notice the difference here. Feels like practically 60 for Monday morning down in Macon. For Allisville, a lot of folks go back to work, but mid-30s in the northwest part of the state. That is that front moving in, and those wind chill temperatures showing you that it feels even cooler by midday on Monday than it does to begin the day. And everybody, by Monday evening, wind chill temperatures down in the 20s, low 30s. So Monday is a day of transition where you perhaps go out the door and expect it to feel fairly mild, and come back in later in the day, and it obviously is not. So this is our next big weather maker, next big change. And you can see by early Tuesday morning of next week, if you've been saying, I just want something that feels more Christmas-like, well, maybe it feels more New Year's-like as we get close to that holiday there, with obviously a big drop in those wind chill temperatures looking toward next Tuesday there. So future temperatures next few days, again, mild, 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 and then that big burst of cold coming with that. So Friday, again, tomorrow, 77, that high temperature on the average there. A few spots, maybe a little bit warmer than that. Hour by hour from 61 at 7 a.m. will be, again, mid-70s even by noontime, way above our normal 30-year average for this time of the year. 77 for Saturday, 76 as you look toward your Sunday. And then obviously Monday is the day of change. Late Sunday, we have that front move in. I'm probably overdoing it saying 20%. Maybe we concentrate the sprinkles a little bit more. No storms, luckily, with this, even though it's a big burst of colder air moving in from the north and west. 37 that low with wind chills cooler than that early Monday morning. Really coldest temperatures on Monday are going to be afternoon and evening, especially evening, and then low 20s by next Tuesday morning. And that does mean we'll probably need to think about kind of securing those faucets, trying to cover them up. We're going to be pairing up the folks at Absolute Cleaning and Restoration for elderly folks. They're going to be trying to work together to get some folks faucet covers. So for some elderly, they might be able to, especially around the Tupelo area, come out and help you with that. Hopefully in the next couple of days, we'll get you a little more information on that, kind of share their posts on Facebook. But big drop in temperatures, and only probably upper 30s for a lot of us for low temperatures by next Tuesday morning. So 3 more mild days, well, 4 if you include today, on the way. And then obviously big drops in temperatures as we look toward next week and heading into the new year, closer to what we typically expect for this time of the year. So hopefully folks are kind of excited about that transition back to something a little bit more mild. Certainly that is the direction things are heading as we look toward then. And appreciate everybody for, following us here on this morning. I'm just kind of looking back and seeing all the folks watching us on Facebook, YouTube. Again, a lot of Merry Christmases going around on that. So bring it back in here. I'll come back full screen on that. Merry Christmas to Wanda, to Jade, to Sandra, all the folks that are kind of multiple Sandras with us. And we're just so thankful for all the folks here that, help us. You see a lot of the folks in front of the camera, like Gabe and Maggie and Caleb, but there are just so many folks behind the scenes that help us here on Mississippi Live Weather. We have Amy, we have Rick, Sandra, Graham, or Sandy, I should say, Graham. Let's see here. We have Hannah, who's helping us. I'm trying to think of all the folks. I'm gonna miss somebody here. Cheryl, somebody else. Penny and Leo. They help occasionally on some things, regardless whether or not they want to help us. But just so many folks here helping us. There are many other folks that have helped us to this point to get started. And we're just so thankful for those people on this Christmas when we're kind of thinking of gifts that we've been granted so far this year. So that'll kind of wrap it up here for Mississippi Live Weather this morning. Appreciate you joining us for this kind of late edition, 11 o'clock, a little later than the 6:30 and all the other times we're typically live. Speaking of that, again, our live broadcasts, we have those every day. I'll give you that kind of list. Again, today's broadcast schedule is a little bit different than usual. Typically, we'd be 6:30, 7:30 a.m. Obviously, we came on a little later this morning. Our next broadcast, we're going to be 5 p.m.-ish. I'm thinking 5 is probably when we'll do our next live broadcast. If something happens, maybe it's a little earlier, a little bit later. That's the beauty of this. We can kind of tweak that as necessary. But we'll pick up that broadcast schedule again, a fairly normal time for tomorrow. Again, appreciate the good folks at Room to Room Furniture for sponsoring us here on Mississippi Live Weather. And, being along with us on this crazy ride that we've had to this point here. And so as I kind of bring it back in here one more time, just kind of checking everybody, saying brr, looking toward next week, definitely is going to be a much, much colder forecast. So thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we will see you a little bit later on. Again, I can't say Room to Room's name enough. Without their support very early on, it'd been nearly impossible to do what we're doing now. So we appreciate them and all of our sponsors here that support us. So when you see these commercials, let those folks know when you go by or see them on social media that, hey, we like the fact that you're supporting Mississippi Live Weather. It's something important in the community. And who knows? Maybe as we go into the new year, we can have a much more quiet, severe weather season than we had last year. Certainly to this point since the launch, that's been the case. And we appreciate y'all for still watching us and using the app. If you're watching us on social media, it is something that, I would certainly recommend you download the app here, the kind of QR codes to let you know how to do that there. If you haven't already downloaded the app, free and available for all of those different devices. There we go. Showing up there. So you can pick it up there, and we appreciate y'all for supporting us. Okay? We will see you coming up tonight at 5 p.m. Merry Christmas from all of us here at Mississippi Live Weather.
If you're a family of 4, 5,
or 6, 7,
Merry Christmas
from Mississippi Live Weather.
That was good.
I think that was the one.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, you guys didn't do it.
No, we didn't.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.